Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Welcome to the match reaction. Arsenal 2, Luton 0. Back to winning ways after that draw against Man City. Still unbeaten this year. We ended Man City's scoring streak at the Etihad, and we've also ended Luton's scoring streak of like 18 games in a row. Defensively, absolutely no problem. We got the win today. I know what people are going to say. I'm the same. The intensity wasn't there. The second half was a little bit, quiet and all that. But what matters the most is getting a win. But I have a lot to break down in terms of that. Let me actually start with that. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Let me start with that. In terms of intensity, I know people are going to ask about that. The second half was a little bit quiet. Didn't really try to score more goals and all that. People will say it was boring and all that. But the thing is, I don't necessarily think you need a lot of intensity. I mean, if you already won a game like that, just stay professional because of the games that are coming up. If we weren't playing for 3 weeks or something, then I'd want intensity. We have a lot of games coming up: Brighton, Bayern, Aston Villa, Chelsea, all those guys. So you don't want to completely get tired today and go completely for the whole game. That I understand. But I can also say this about that: the players who are on the pitch are not players who regularly play. So I would expect intensity from those players: Nelson, Smith-Rowe, Zinchenko, Nketiah coming on. So that is that's the other part of that. Usually, if it was Rice playing and Saka playing and Martinelli playing, and then we play that in the second half, I'd be like, you know what, that is absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine as long as we've won the game, save the energy for the coming games. But the thing is, those players were not playing. It was the others who usually don't play who aren't really showing the intensity. But at the end of the day, listen, as long as you get the win, you don't have to play, like hard rock football for 90 minutes, the whole game. You just run. Sometimes you need to be professional and you just finish the game, win the game 2-0, and game is over. We've saved a lot of energy after that because the games that are coming up now, there has to be intensity first half and second half because Brighton away, Bayern Munich coming up, all those games you'll need to do the job. But listen, I have no problem with it. We've won the game 2-0, another clean sheet these days. As I've said, the one reason that I believe we're going to win the league is because nowadays it seems like we only need one goal. If we score one goal, we can trust our defense to keep a clean sheet. That is why I'm like, we can find the Champions League. We can do very well in the Premier League because we only literally need one goal. If we get one goal, I know we're going to defend well. The other team might not score a goal. So basically, for Arsenal to lose a game, that other team needs to score like 2 goals. And I don't really see the other team scoring 2 goals. Obviously, you're going to come up against Bayern, maybe Madrid, Man City then. But these other teams, I'm usually hoping, like, listen, when you go to Tottenham, when we go to Man United, we just need one goal. And if you can keep a clean sheet, job is done. So that defense is giving me a lot of hope. That defense with Saliba, White, and all those guys there, Gabriel, obviously, today it was Zinchenko, the other day it was Kivio and Tomiyasu coming on. That defense is what is giving me a lot of hope, If we can keep a clean sheet, we can win games. I know that we can keep clean sheets to those defenders, which is great. But let's go to the match. Actually, let me know what you made of the performance, what you made of Smith-Rowe's performance, what you made of Reece Nelson's performance, what you made of Zinchenko's performance, and also Nketiah and those guys coming off the bench. And were you happy with the starting lineup, or did you want more first team players playing, or did you want more players rested? Let me know. So let's get to the match reaction. Let's start with the lineup that Arteta went for today. By the way, we're back to top of the table. Man City are winning 4-1. So they've added 3 goals already now. 10 minutes to go. They might add that to their goal difference as well. I'm expecting Liverpool to add to their goal difference tomorrow against Sheffield. So let's hope they don't really score too many goals. That's the only part where I'm like, yeah, maybe you needed a 3rd goal today just in case. But let's see how it goes. The lineup today, this is the lineup that Arteta decided to go for. So for my lineup, I had gone for Saka to be rested. I had gone for Jesus to play on the right side though. And I was also kind of debating, I had Zinchenko in my lineup as well. But I was also kind of debating, should we rest maybe a Saliba or Declan Rice? But I decided to go with them in the starting lineup because you never know. You can never underestimate any Premier League team, and you don't want to make a mistake of going and drawing with Luton. And that would be disastrous. Last season when we drew with Southampton, that was disastrous. That is, we actually drew with Southampton twice last season. Those are the games we were supposed to win. Those are the games that have cost us. So we can't allow the team to sleep up against Luton. You have to win the game because you saw how easy that game was. Like if we had the likes of Saka and those guys, that could have potentially been 4-0 or 5-0. Even if you had the intensity in the second half, maybe 3-0 the minimum. So you don't want to draw points against them. But Arteta went with more changes. I think like 5 changes. He brought in Zinchenko for Kivio, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, always there. Partey started today instead of Jorginho. Smith Rowe started today instead of Declan Rice. Odegaard started once again. Nelson started in place of Saka, and then we kept it the same with Havertz, and Jesus also started for last time instead of Trossard. So 5 changes from that game. On the bench, you had Ramsdale, Kivior, Tomiyasu, Jorginho, Rice, Vieira, Jesus, Nketiah, and Martinelli. So in case anything happened, you have a lot of bench power there that can come on. The likes of Jesus and all those guys, absolutely no problem. So that was the lineup we decided to go for. We have rested Saka. I think Saka will be there for the Brighton game. I don't think it's really an injury. It was Arteta did say he was subbed off because of fatigue, so I'm expecting him to be there against Brighton. We now know Martinelli is fully fit. Jesus, obviously, these days we know he can't really play like 2-3 games in a row. There's that as well. So it was good to rest him here. I was very happy that Smith Rowe and Nelson got a chance to start because I have a feeling that is the last time they're starting like this season because the games that are coming up, I can't see Nelson and Smith Rowe starting a lot, especially Nelson since Saka is there. But Smith Rowe maybe could end up starting one of them, maybe at home to Everton, at home to Bournemouth. But the rest of the games, I can't see those players playing. And you never know. You need players to, be fully fit because you never know when we don't have enough players and we have a game against Chelsea and we don't have Saka and you don't have Odegaard. You'll need these players to play. So we need them to keep up the momentum as well, play around the team. The other thing, to be fair to them, I would still want to see our first 11 with Smith Rowe there, if you know what I mean. Like start everyone and then have Smith Rowe there with Rice and Odegaard. I'd like to see how he does in that environment. The thing is, the likes of Nketiah, Nelson, and Smith Rowe have been bringing them on and changing the whole team. So it's very hard to judge Reece Nelson and he's playing together with Nketiah and Smith Rowe and Fabio Vieira and Cedric, players who don't really play. I'd still like to see Nelson playing with, Havertz, Odegaard, Jesus, and all those guys, and Ben White behind him. I still like to see that, but I don't think you're going to see it this season because right now we're in the crucial part of the season. I don't think we're going to see those players that much. So my prediction for the game was 3-1. So I was predicting a 2-goal gap. We did get a 2-goal gap. I didn't expect us to batter them or anything like that. It is I didn't expect an intense game from, especially from Luton. Yes, they can score a goal, but they have a lot of injuries as well. They're missing Ogbene. They're missing Adebayo. They are missing Chong, who came on in the second half. You saw how good he was. And they're missing a lot of players from their team. Doughty was almost half fit as well, and he's also looking good today. So we just need to do our job. Nelson, let's start with the stats from the game. Nelson, this was his first start since July 2020. So you can see he doesn't regularly play. So he's not really a regular at all. He doesn't get a lot of minutes. So I was really interested to see how he does today. I'm just happy that they got minutes, him and Smith. I'm just really happy that they've gotten minutes. So the first half, it took us a bit of time before he scored the goal. The first 20 minutes. Now, the first 5 minutes of that game, there's one thing that that I really love how Arsenal defend these days and the pressing and all that. But the other thing I really love with this Arsenal team, if you go to Arsenal's YouTube channel and you watch, like, I think they posted a video today where they just like have those training drills and they just pass the ball around. You could see the way we were doing it in the first 10 minutes of that game. Like if you want to just pass the ball throughout the game, the first 10 minutes of the game, the opponent cannot get anywhere close. Like it is so quick, the passing, that even me watching the game, sometimes I'm like, okay, where is the ball now? Like it's so quick. Trossard to Zinchenko, very quickly to Gabriel, very quick passes. Sometimes even the camera was missing it. Did you see how terrible the camera angle was today? I don't know who the hell was operating that camera angle, but it was terrible, the camera angle today in that game. But you could see the training drills and all that. We are so quick in terms of passing and changing positions. Like that's why it's very hard for opposition teams to like take the ball away from us. Maybe apart from Man City, that's the only team that can potentially keep up with us. The rest they played, though, like that team is so well drilled, you can tell. Like the way they just pass the ball around, keep possession, they make it look so easy every time. And that was it for the first 15 minutes. We were passing the ball around too many times, not too many times, a lot of times trying to break them down. Obviously, Luton do not want to concede and they were defending a little bit well, but they were still making a few mistakes and we were not punishing them. Now, that is where I'm going to talk about Havertz and Odegaard. There's a couple of times those guys had a chance to shoot the ball, especially the first 3 minutes of the game. Havertz had an opening and he decided to pass the ball to Trossard and the ball went out. That's why I need more confidence from Havertz. I'm less critical than most of you in terms of Havertz, but in terms of shooting the ball, when you get an opportunity like that, just try and shoot the ball. That's what you need to do. The first 5 minutes, 10 minutes of the game, you don't really have to score. just test the goalkeeper, just, feel how the goalkeeper is, just give the goalkeeper something to do in the first 10 minutes of the game, passing it around is great, but when you get the chance to shoot the ball, just shoot it. You never know. Even if the feeling I have with Havertz is maybe scared of missing. And for me, I don't care about missing. Just shoot the ball. Whether you shoot it wide, it's the first 5 minutes of the game, just shoot the ball. Odegaard also had a couple of opportunities to shoot the ball, and he also decided not to. And, first 20 minutes gone like that, no shots really, no attempts really. But they came, the time came and they showed us the quality once again. Odegaard too, I think it came from Smith Rowe. Now, Smith Rowe was really good in terms of the pressing today. That is what you want to see. Smith Rowe was pressing for the ball relentlessly, and he won the ball back for us. And he gave the pass, I think, to Odegaard. Then Odegaard gave it to Havertz, and then Havertz gave the ball to Odegaard with a nice assist, and Odegaard with a very beautiful finish. I predicted Odegaard to score today. I thought he was definitely going to score today because Luton, from watching Luton and hearing their fans talk, Luton conceded a lot of goals from their right side. So I thought Odegaard was going to get a lot of openings today. He did. He scored the opening goal for us, and very, very good finish. Very, very good finish from Martin Odegaard. I came across a stat yesterday. I think that is the third goal Odegaard has scored at home this season. Yeah, only the third goal, I think. I know he scored against Man United. There's no chance I can remember the other. Can you guys remember the last time Odegaard scored at home? I know he scored against Man United early on in the season, but the point is, I think that is his third goal at home, and I think he only has 2 assists at home as well. So in the home games, Odegaard doesn't actually have a lot of goals and a lot of assists. Most of his goals and assists have come away from home, which is crazy. I saw that stat from a Luton fan yesterday. I was like, oh, Luton fans are actually teaching me about Arsenal. That's crazy, Crazy that he doesn't really get a lot of goal contributions at home. Last season he was just mixing them up, but the truth is, I think last season he also scored a lot away from home, and this season he's also scored away from home. But listen, I don't care where Odegaard scores. I don't care where Havertz scores. As long as we win the game and they score the goal and they assist the goal, I don't care where they do it. But that is like his third goal only at home this season, which is a very, very interesting, very good finish from Martin Odegaard. Whenever he gets an opportunity in that area, he's going to score. What an amazing player. For me, he's the best number 10 in the league. Very, very good player. If you consider De Bruyne in that position, that is fine. Odegaard is really, really good. Now, the only things that Odegaard needs to pick up, one of those is the shooting. Like, he can shoot the ball and he usually scores and he shoots the ball. Like, if you go back to last season, Tottenham away, Newcastle away, when he gets the chance to shoot the ball, it's going to go in. But he doesn't really shoot the ball a lot when he gets an opportunity to. So I'm sure if De Bruyne gets an opportunity in that position, he would shoot the ball. Left foot, right foot, doesn't matter. So if Odegaard picks up the shooting, listen, he's still very, very young. So in the next 2 years, I feel like Odegaard is going to be absolutely unstoppable. He's going to be definitely the best number 10 in the world by then. Right now, for me, he is, but for everyone else, I think by the next 2 years, he's going to be absolutely unstoppable. So very good finish to give Arsenal the lead. Great pressing from Emil Smith Rowe. Great assist from Kai Havertz as well to make it 1-0. And from that point on, Luton will need to attack and all that. And it's a little bit comfortable from then on. You just expect us to get a second goal. Smith Rowe did have a chance that was saved by their goalkeeper. Ben White. This guy is so good, man. I love Ben White. There's a time in the first half he just went and dribbled and zigzagged past the defenders. He's absolutely incredible, that Ben White guy, and that created a chance for Havertz. I think the shot was saved as well. Smith had a shot saved as well. There's only once that we gave Luton a chance. I think it is Zinchenko giving away the ball. I mean, for now, I've reached a position where I'm kind of, listen, I don't think Zinchenko sometimes he does give away the ball when he's careless. But I think for players like Zinchenko and even players like Bruno Fernandes at Man United, they do give away the ball mostly because they try some Hollywood passes. They try some difficult passes, so they will end up giving away the ball. But Zinchenko did give away the ball maybe once more. That was a bit careless. But that was the only time that Luton came close to scoring. That was it. And second goal finally came. I think did it come from Zinchenko to Smith Rowe? I think it was Zinchenko gave the pass to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe had a very, very good run. He was involved in both goals for us. Emil Smith Rowe, even though the second half was quiet, Smith Rowe was involved in both goals, and that was absolutely amazing. I was really hoping it was Nelson who scored, but it was an own goal. Very good run from Smith Rowe. On goal by Luton to make it 2-0 right before halftime. Exactly what you need, because at that moment, you can relax. 2-0 before halftime, you can relax, because this is the perfect game to have right after playing Man City, because the intensity of that Man City game, I would not imagine if we were playing Bayern Munich today or something after playing Man City. It would have been so hard because to play that intensity against Man City, people will say it was boring. But in terms of those players on the pitch, having to keep the concentration for 95 minutes and having to know where Foden is, where De Bruyne is, where Haaland is, for 95 minutes and trying to intercept, trying to press Man City for 95 minutes and all that can like kill you mentally and physically on the pitch. So after 2 days, 3 days, you don't want to be playing Bayern Munich. It is great to play Luton, a team that has a lot of injuries at the time, and they're not really going for it that much. So that was a bit comfortable. And also for us fans, I was nervous against Man City for 95 minutes. I was shaking for 95 minutes. Today, this is a game that you needed, you can actually relax and, just watch the game 2-0 and just relax. That is a perfect game to have right after Bayern. So 2-0 at halftime. Trossard had some incredible skills in the first half as well. Trossard, I think, was probably our most lively player in the first 20 minutes of that game and at the end of the first half as well. Now, in the second half, I was hoping we'd get a third goal and then sub off maybe an Odegaard and something. And I was hoping to see Vieira. I'm a little bit worried about Vieira now because if he's not getting any game time today as well, I know some of you, probably even most of you, want Vieira to go. It's a bit worrying that he's not getting any game time at all. And I don't see where he gets game time unless we use him against Bayern Munich in the Champions League or something. It's starting to look like I'm going to add him to that list because I did say between Ramsdale, Nketiah, Nelson, and Smith Rowe, I'm expecting at least 2 of them to leave. I might add Vieira to that list and say out of those 5 players, maybe 3 of them will leave this summer. It's looking likely. I don't think we'll sell both Vieira and Smith Rowe, but maybe one of them will end up leaving. And then between Nelson and Nketiah, maybe one of them will end up leaving. I'd not be surprised if Nketiah stays and is here next season. But if we buy a striker, I think he'd want to move. We might loan him out or something like that. But it's interesting that Vieira did not wanted us to give him a few minutes. The thing with Vieira, at the beginning of the season, he was really playing well. Those games against Fulham, I think he played against Everton away from home. He actually played really well. He got a couple of goals. I think one was in the did he score in the Champions League? I think he scored a penalty sometime, and then he also assisted a few goals from Nketiah against Fulham, and he's looking good. And then, boom, he got injured, and then he disappeared. So it's unfortunate for him, but it's not looking good for him in terms of staying and getting any game time, unfortunately. I was expecting a goal in the second half to make it 3-0, then sub off players, but you guys watched the game. There's basically nothing that happened in the second half. Okay, Trossard, there's a time he came back to defend. I was really impressed with that. Kai Havertz got a yellow card for diving. I don't like that as well. Remember when I say they don't like when Jesus got a yellow card for, shouting at the referee against Man City? I don't like silly yellow cards like that. And for a player like Havertz, I think that is like his 7th yellow card or something this season. Not great. There's no reason for diving in the middle of the pitch, really. And I don't like those kind of yellow cards. So that was a bit silly. He came off immediately, just like Jesus against Man City. Partey also came off. What did you guys make of Partey's performance? Nketiah came on and Rice came on as well. And then later on, Martinelli came on, Tomiyasu came on, Nelson went off, Zinchenko went off. I also want to know how you guys, what you guys made of Nelson's performance. And Tomiyasu had a shot in the final few minutes. Nketiah also had a shot in the final few minutes. He looked good for like 5 minutes after he came on. And Jorginho also came in for Smith Rowe. That's when I thought Vieira was going to come on for Smith Rowe, but it was Jorginho. So Vieira didn't get any game time. Ultimately, as I said, if you're just joining, intensity-wise, obviously second half was very quiet and very boring, some of you would say. If it was, I don't really necessarily have a big problem with that. If you can save your energy for the tough games coming up and you just don't consider goal, that is fine. Ideally, I would prefer you get a third goal and then you relax. I don't have a problem with that. If you get a third goal and then you relax, I don't have a problem with that because even if Luton score, you still have a 2-goal margin. The only worry is usually, okay, what if Luton get a goal and then it's 2-1 and then you'll have to defend for the next 50 minutes? That's usually the worry. But I do understand why you don't have to go like crazy for the whole second half. If you can save your energy for the tough games coming up, that is absolutely fine. But the thing that I'm disappointed in is the players who are playing are not really players who regularly play. So Smith Rowe, Nelson, Nketiah came off the bench, Zinchenko's playing as well. Those players who don't regularly play, so I would expect more from them. So if Saka was playing and he starts playing slowly in the second half and doesn't do anything, that is fine. I'd understand that maybe he's saving his energy for the other games coming up. That is fine. If Odegaard doesn't play the intensity, I have no problem with that. I can understand that. Listen, Odegaard played with a lot of energy against Man City. He needs to save his energy for the games that are coming up. I have no problem with that. But since we had players who don't regularly play, I would expect more in the second half. But ultimately, nothing really happened in the second half. And for Luton to score a goal, like there's a part of me these days with the players like Rice and Saliba and Gabriel there, like I almost do not expect even the opposition to have a shot, leave alone score. Like when we have the ball, I'm seriously watching, and then sometimes if I need to tweet, if Luton get up the ball, I'm like, yeah, I don't expect them to do anything really. Not because they're not a good team, because we have such a good defense there and defensive structure that I don't even expect a team to have a shot, which is just crazy, man. You know, the time we had Kolasinac and those guys, you would be shaking even if you're playing against Norwich at home. That's how crazy it is. So 2-0, ultimately we won the game 2-0, back to winning ways. This year has been really good for us in terms of the Premier League. We haven't lost a game since that Fulham one last year, so it's good. We're in April. At this time last year, we were starting to draw with West Ham and starting to draw with Liverpool. We had just lost to Everton a month before that and all that. We lost to Man City before that. This time we are picking up at the right time. We now have 8 games to go, correct? We have 8 games to go. I don't think they're easy. Now, we have Bournemouth at home, Everton at home. Everton one will be on the final day. If they're fighting to survive, it's going to be tough. So Bournemouth at home, Everton at home, I'd expect wins for that one. I'd also expect a win for the Chelsea home game for us. Which other home game do we have? Now, the ones that are tough, obviously, Tottenham away, Man United away, Wolves away, Brighton away, Aston Villa. Aston Villa is the other home game that we have next week. So we have 4 home games to go and 4 away games to go. They're not going to be easy at all, but I would hope that our home games, all 4 of them, we win them against Chelsea, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, and Everton. The away games, now, we won at Wolves and Brighton last season quite comfortably. So I know those are very tough games, but we are fighting for the title. You need to win those games against Wolves and Brighton. Again, as I said, 2 things that are making me feel really confident. Number 1, we have our players back. Partey, Tomiyasu, and all those guys. Timber will be back soon as well. And number 2, our defensive structure. So if we go to Brighton, I don't expect Brighton to have like 20 shots. If we score 1 or 2 goals, I feel like we've won the game. So that is giving me a lot of confidence. Obviously, Tottenham away, Man United away is going to be very tough. But let's hope like we believe we are better than them, correct? Let's go out there and get the job done. So that's how the game went. I'm going to come to the player ratings very soon. Let me take a few of your comments. Musa says, I'm happy we won, but I'm not happy with the intensity in the second half. At some point, I became nervous most part of the second half. So understandable, as I've explained, in terms of the intensity. I'm 50-50 about it. I don't really need them to use too much energy. If they're saving the energy for Brighton and Bayern Munich, that is fine, but I'm slightly disappointed because some of those players don't regularly play, so I expect them to show more in the second half, but that is absolutely fine. In terms of being nervous, I'm never nervous these days with Saliba and Gabriel and those guys there. I feel really comfortable, actually. I feel really comfortable. Ibe says, up the Gunners. Mashik says, well done, Gunners. We must win the remaining matches for sure. Kelvin says, go Gunners, watching you from Zambia. Love Arsenal, appreciate it. Kelvin Kudo says, Sammy. Raymond says we keep the momentum a game at a time. Exactly, Raymond. That's what we need to do. Just win the game. That's all you need to do. Just win the game. We have a goal difference already. We have 48 goal difference. Man City have added 3 goals today, but they're a little bit farther away from us. Liverpool is the one that you never know. They could add like 5 or 6 goals tomorrow against Sheffield. Hopefully not. If they can only add like 2 or 3 tomorrow, that would be great for us. Up the Arsenal says Gunzan. Stansler says the power was low, but you get the 3 points. Yep, that's exactly all that matters. We also need to remember that, this whole year we've been beating teams 6-0, 5-0, 5-0, all that. And we've scored a lot of goals this year, so I don't expect us to do that every single day. Back to winning ways, Arsenal for life. Just because of Arsenal, I broke up with my girlfriend, says Steven. I'm happy that we won, says Blessing. We just continue with that. What we are doing, says Philium. We are moving forward in every match, says Ayobami. Yep, just keep on winning. That's all you need to do. And then we don't even really, if you win all our games, we don't even really need Man City or Liverpool to lose because we have a goal difference. We just need Liverpool to draw somewhere. That's all. If we win all our games and Liverpool draw 1 game, we win the Premier League title. Now, it's not going to be easy. There's a part of me that feels out of those 9 games, there's a part of me that feels surely hopefully there's no defeat, but surely there has to be a draw there somewhere, either against Tottenham or Man United. If we go to okay, Tottenham is far. Let's not talk about Tottenham. We still have a lot of games before then. Brighton, Aston Villa. Let's focus on those ones first. Those wonderful Gunners keep on moving. Says Mwembe. I am doing good. Okay, happy with the win. I appreciate it. Grace says he played comfortably even though he didn't score many goals. Smith was outstanding. Nelson shall always be a bench player. Luckily, a lot to be on the. He's lucky to be on the pitch, I guess is what you're saying. And good move by the coach to bench our regular players since we got a game every 2 days. Yeah, you're very right. Job done with the Gunner, says Mary. I'll come to the rest of your comments. Let me do the player ratings and give this rate these players out of 10. Let me know what you make about their performances. So Arsenal 2, Luton 0 player ratings. Not the best of performances in the second half, but let's try and see how what I'm going to rate these players out of 10. David Raya, let's be honest, he did not have a lot to do at all. Literally did not have anything to do. Maybe one save and then a bit of kicking, but he kept a clean sheet. So I'm going to give David Raya 7 out of 10. I don't think he had a lot to do at all. So 7 out of 10 for David Raya. Let's go to the centre backs. Now, Gabriel, I was really keeping an eye on Gabriel today. That guy is so amazing. So amazing. The tackles, the duels. I saw him winning the ball so much. Literally went to check how many duels he had won by the 70th minute. I think he had won like 6 out of his 7 duels, which is just crazy. Like even in a game like this, you can see his energy. And when you talk about intensity, Gabriel and Saliba still had to defend in the second half, and they were working so hard to keep the clean sheet. And you can tell these guys want to keep a clean sheet every single day, every single game, whichever team we are playing. And these days it's become so easy for us. Like we just keep clean sheets and we just know you're going to keep a clean sheet. And it's crazy, man. The way you defend is so superb. So I'm going to give Gabriel an 8 out of 10. The duels he won, the aerial duels and all that. We didn't have to defend a lot, but in the second half, remember, especially the last 25 minutes, Luton, when that Chong guy came on with the hair, he was putting in a lot of crosses and Gabriel was clearing a lot of them. So Gabriel, 8 out of 10. I absolutely love him. There's a time we were trying to argue who should play between Gabriel and Pablo Mari. Gabriel, 8 out of 10. William Saliba, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. In terms of duels and all that, I think Gabriel was clearing the ball a lot more and all that. But Saliba was still very comfortable as always. Saliba, I think, has played every single minute for us this season. Remember, Gabriel was not playing at the beginning of the season, but Saliba has played every single game and he's looked very comfortable in almost all of them. Apart from a few, but he's one of the best defenders in the league. There's a time we were nowhere near having the best defenders in the league. And there's a time you could not really argue with Liverpool fans and Man City fans, and they had Laporte and Diaz, and they had Van Dijk and Matip and those guys. Now, chest out, I can say Gabriel and Saliba, the best defensive partnership in the league, very easily. Like they all just perform incredibly well every single game. They bully whichever player they come across, whether it's Haaland or Morris, doesn't matter. They're just absolutely incredible. So 7 out of 10 for Saliba. The right back, Ben White, 8 out of 10. Again, not just defending. He just goes forward as well. He tries to create chances for us, and the skills, the confidence that he has all the time, Ben White, incredible once again, that guy, man. I absolutely love him. Gabriel and Ben White are the most underrated defenders, I think, in the league. And for us, it's it's good for us that he doesn't really play for England, so he gets to rest. We are Arsenal fans. We're not really England fans. Some of you are England fans, fair enough, but I'm sure you love Arsenal more than you love England as an international team, I'm sure. So we are happy that with Ben White is playing more for us than for England, and England is blessed with a lot of right backs anyway. So Ben White, incredible today, 8 out of 10. I absolutely love him. He makes everything look easy, doesn't get exposed at all. Remember, he was a centre back. Ben White was a centre back. He only started playing right back for us because Tomiyasu was injured. So huge compliment to Ben White. That is one thing that that Tomiyasu injury last season at the beginning of the season, it kind of helped Arteta, because if you remember correctly, we were trying to debate who was going to start between Saliba and Ben White, because Ben White had just come off a season when he was playing a centre back, and we thought Tomiyasu right back, Zinchenko left back, centre back, Gabriel and who? Saliba or Ben White. Now, Tomiyasu getting injured, it allowed Arteta to push Ben White to the right side and Saliba to play with Gabriel. And then within the first 5 games, we had realized how good Ben White is at right back and how good Saliba was. And we kept both of them in the team. So absolutely incredible. And Ben White has been magnificent since then. And what a player. 8 out of 10 for Ben White. Zinchenko. I know he gave away the ball a couple of times. I was annoyed with it. There's one that he gave away the ball, and I was like, Zini, bro, man. I don't want Zini to go anywhere next season. He doesn't have to be a regular starter, but I feel there's some games like the games where the teams are defending, he's going to help us in terms of opening up the opposition. I still don't think he's one of the best defenders at all. Nowhere near. I do agree with most of you in terms of him defending. He's not the best defender for sure. Some of you have said maybe he should be tried in midfield. I still want to see that because he plays in midfield for Ukraine. But you can't really try that right now. If he stays, I'd like to see that in preseason. I'd like to see Zinchenko being tried in midfield as a number 6 and also as a number 8. Let's see how he does. In case he stays, there's always a chance. There's a couple of players that I feel like they're going to leave, the likes of Nelson and Ketia, maybe 70% chance they're going to leave. But there's some others that, Odegaard, Saliba, I definitely know they're going to be here next season. But there's others like Zinchenko and Partey. I'm like, are they going to be here next season or are they going to leave? There's a chance Partey could stay. There's a chance he could leave. There's also a chance that Zinchenko could stay. There's a chance he could leave. So Smith Rowe the same. We're not really sure about those ones. Let's see how it goes, though. But Zinchenko for today. Now, there's a couple of times he had the ball and he had the ball in our box and he was dribbling past players. And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to see from Zinchenko, like comfortable in the ball, running with the ball, getting past players. We get a clean sheet. But I'm not forgetting that one or twice or something he gave away the ball. But I'm going to forgive him for that because sometimes he came back and got the ball back and stuff. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. But the mistakes, they're giving away the ball. Yeah, because if the only way Luton would have scored today is us giving them the ball, that's the only way they would have scored today. So 7 out of 10 for Zinchenko. Maybe some of you give him a 6. That is understandable. Midfield, Partey, I'm going to give Partey a 7 out of 10. I was tempted to give Zinchenko and Partey 6 out of 10 because second half it was very quiet, and first half, Partey didn't really have a lot to do at all in midfield. Comfortable game, exactly the game you want to bring in Partey for, because we're going to need him for the next games. There's some games you're going to need both Partey and Rice on the pitch together, Partey, Jorginho, whoever it's going to be. Maybe some game you're going to need all three of them together, Partey, Jorginho, and Rice for the last 20 minutes of a game or something. But we definitely need him between now and the end of this. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 today. Didn't have a lot to do. 7 out of 10. Odegaard scored our goal. Martin Odegaard scored our goal. Very good finish. You could always tell with Odegaard in the first half, the pressing and all that, Odegaard is really good in terms of pressing and energy. It's always there. He was winning the ball a lot and he created a couple of chances. There's a couple of times I felt like he should have shot the ball. He didn't, but he got our goal. And second half was very quiet. Now, as I said, Odegaard and Saliba and those guys, if they're quiet in the second half, I can understand because he just came from playing against Man City. Maybe you're saving energy for Brighton and Bayern coming up. You've already won the game. There's no need of rushing all the time. Because if you remember, we were 6-0 up against Sheffield, and Martinelli was running, and that is how he got injured until today. Now, he obviously has come back, but that game we were 6-0 up, and Martinelli was pressing, trying to get a 7th goal, and that is how he got stepped on. So that's why I feel like maybe I just told them, listen, you don't need to get any more injuries after we are comfortably 2-0 up, 3-0 up. Just relax. So for the players like Odegaard and those guys, I'm like, okay, that is fine. You don't have to really run in the second half as long as you've won the game. But for, players like the others who don't really regularly play, I expect more in the second half. But for Odegaard, if he was involved in the second half in a goal or something, I would have given him an 8. But a couple of misplaced passes and all that, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. He scored a goal, very good goal. I think 7 out of 10 is fair enough. We usually give players 8 out of 10 when scoring and stuff, but quiet second half for everyone, really. So 7 out of 10 for Odegaard. Smith Rowe. Again, very quiet second half. I'd like to know what you guys made of Smith Rowe's performance, because personally for me, the 2 goals, he's the one who got us the 2 goals. So we have to take that into consideration. The first one, it was Smith Rowe pressing the midfielder relentlessly, and he got the ball back for us. And he passed the ball, I think, to Odegaard or Havertz, and then it got to Odegaard and he scored the goal. And the second goal, it was his clever run to the left side. And he didn't just cross the ball. Sometimes he ran to the wing and then players just cross the ball without looking. He actually got his head up. Now, that's something that people say about Martinelli. He always runs with his head down. Smith Rowe, it was good to see Martinelli still incredible, for sure. He's still obviously a starting out. You're not saying he doesn't do whatever. But it was good to see Smith Rowe getting to the wing and actually getting his head up and actually looking at where he's going to pass the ball. And he did that, and he picked up the right pass, and it ended up being an own goal. 2-0 to Arsenal, fantastic. So he's involved in both games. The first one, it was from his pressing. The second one was from his, obviously, his cross as well. So taking that into consideration, he also had a shot he was unlucky to score. I was praying so hard that he scores because it's been so long since he scored. You guys remember 2021, 2022 Smith Rowe? He was our top scorer or something next to Saka. Crazy. So Smith Rowe and Saka saved Arsenal in 2020. We were completely dying, and they came from the academy and saved us. And absolutely amazing. So I'm going to give Smith Rowe an 8 out of 10. I know it was a quiet second half, but first half he helped us get the 2 goals, and I cannot really ask for any more. He helped us get the 2 goals. So 8 out of 10 for Emil Smith Rowe. Forward players, let's start with Trossard on the left side. He was very lively in the first 20-30 minutes. Trossard was very, very lively. It was looking like if you were to score a goal or something, it was going to come from Trossard. He didn't really get a goal at stuff, and sometimes took too much time on the ball, but he was always lively. Even in the second half, there was a lot of pressing, and he was coming back and making interceptions. I love to see that. Yes, it was a quiet second half, but you have to look at all that. And you're showing a few skills here and there. Trossard looking very sharp. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for today, Leandro Trossard. The other winger, Nelson. This is so hard, though. I feel like out of all of them, I think Nelson was so quiet. I think Trossard was definitely more lively than Nelson. I think Smith was definitely more lively than Nelson. For many of the players, almost all of them, they were very quiet in the second half. But I think we can actually say Nelson was quiet in the second half and also in the first half. So that's not great. I don't know if it's because the ball wasn't going there too much, but I think he was losing the ball a bit too much as well. You need to be a little bit stronger. That's why people are asking for a backup for Saka. I don't think many of you really believe in Nelson that much. Listen, he's still going to help us this season. There's still some games you're going to need him to come on and inject that pace and all that. But a little bit disappointing today. Didn't do a lot. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Kai Havertz, he got the assist. He got the assist for... I wanted to give Havertz a 6 out of 10 as well today. I felt like he was a bit quiet too. I wanted to give him a 6 out of 10. But I took it to a 7 out of 10 because he got the assist. A very good pass to Odegaard. But I'm very tempted to take it down back to a 6 because of that stupid yellow card for diving. I don't like those kind of yellow cards. So, yeah, we have to take both into consideration. So, hope that is fair enough. I had a 6 for him. Took it to a 7 because he got an assist. Does an assist outweigh a dive? Should I stick with a 7 or give him a 6? If I was giving Haas, it would have been 6.5. He got an assist. Is it Odegaard, Smith, Partey? I've given the likes of Zinchenko, Partey 7. Should I give... Okay, let me know. What did you guys give Havertz, 6 or 7? For now, I'm going to give him a 6 because I don't like those kind of yellow cards for diving. 6 out of 10. Let me know. Would you give him a 6 or ignore the yellow card for diving and give him a 7? 6 out of 10 for now. But he got the assist, so it's okay if you give him a 7. I'll rewatch the game again and see if I missed anything. The bench players who came on, I hope that is everyone in the lineup. Yep, the bench players who came on, Rice, 6 out of 10. I didn't have a lot to do, 6 out of 10. Ketia, 6 out of 10. If I was giving halves, it would have been a 6.5 because he was winning the ball a few times and he took a shot from outside the box as well. I wanted to see that in the second half. You weren't taking any shots. Martinelli as well, 6 out of 10. Martinelli has played on the right side 2 games now. I don't know if it's because it's just the last 15 minutes, but it doesn't look that sharp on the right side. I would prefer for those 20 minutes to have Trossard on the right and Martinelli on the left because Trossard plays on the right side for Belgium. So I would prefer that. 6 out of 10. Trossard and Doku usually rotate, but Trossard, the games that I watched recently, the 5-6 games, he's played on the right side for Belgium. So Martinelli, 6 out of 10. Tomiyasu, you know what? I feel like Tomiyasu deserves a 7 or something. I think he actually looked very, very good when he came on. So I'm going to upgrade that to a 7 out of 10 for Tomiyasu. Did I forget anyone? Jorginho wasn't on for too long, so just 5 out of 10. Mikel Arteta, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Wasn't outstanding. We didn't score a lot of goals or create a lot of chances, but we got the win. Good result after the Man City game. He rotated the team and he still got a very comfortable win. Saka's finally rested. Rice was finally rested. Martinelli was also rested. Jesus was also rested. So you're looking sharp for the next few games. Brighton next is not going to be easy. You're going to need to run a lot. So it's good that these players have rested. So 7 out of 10 for Arteta. Now, where there's going to be a problem today is maybe the man of the match. Who would you guys give the man of the match? Smith Rowe, Gabriel, Ben White, maybe Trossard or Odegaard? Who would you guys give the man of the match? So those are the player ratings. Let me know who your man of the match was. So Charles says expected 4 goals, but a win is a win. I expected 3 goals. I'd gone for a 3-1, but listen, a win is a win, as you've said, Charles. Well done, guys. Gunners for license, but there's to the bench players, always is bad. Just imagine Smith Rowe, how he can play today is very good. Keep players to such each other, they should not forget. So you basically mean like they should get some more game time so that in terms of fitness. And good evening, Victor. Appreciate you watching. Pathea says Smith Rowe man of the match. Interesting. Kelvin says 5 for Havertz. I'm guessing you're saying 5 for Havertz. I think 5 is too low because he still was involved in the goal that he scored. Maybe even both of them. I don't remember who gave the pass to Smith Rowe for the second goal before he assisted. I need to watch that back. I don't remember who gave that pass. If Havertz gave that pass, that was a very good pass. I don't remember who it was. Let me look for the goal again. I'd be very tempted to upgrade that, but let's see. Ibrahim says Gunners for life. RK says please subscribe and smash the like button. I appreciate it. I can't get the table, but if you're looking at the table, we are on top of the table now. We expect Liverpool to get past us tomorrow. Obviously, absolutely no problem. But listen, need to keep on winning. Our next game, weekend Saturday against Brighton. Need to win that one as well. You need to win that one as well, and then the big one, the absolute big one against Bayern Munich is not going to be easy at all, but let's see how it goes. Let me take a few more comments and then end it. Obviously, it's very deep in the night. Dixon says, good game. Come on, you Gunners. So yeah, 8 games to go. We need to keep on winning. We need to keep on winning. We need to keep on winning. So as I look for the goal, I want to see who gave that pass to Nelson. I don't know if it was Havertz or Zinchenko, one of them. Or basically, instead of wasting you guys' time, if it was Zinchenko who gave the pass, I'm going to upgrade his rating. If it's Havertz who gave the pass, I'm going to upgrade his rating back to a 7. So that's why I feel like 5 from Kelvin is a little bit too low. So let's see how it goes. Did I read this one? Yeah, I read that one. If I missed your comment, I'm sorry, but I think I've taken almost all of them. I don't think I read this one. Zalisani says, I was really impressed with the squad rotation. Good game from ESI, guess you mean. The young lad still has it. Yeah, for sure. He definitely has it. It's a very, very good player. Very, very good player. He had a good time anyway, says, when I say these days watching Arsenal is always good, man. Like, we don't expect to concede a goal. We always, we always score. Things nice. So I found the second goal. Let me just see who scored that, who passed the ball. Who was this? Oh, it was Trossard. It was none of them. It wasn't Harvard. So yeah, it was Trossard. So Trossard got the pre-assist for the goal. So that's fair enough. Odegaard has become an incredible player. Arsenal has a future. Head says Mashek, that's just incredible. And he's always good in terms of, even if he doesn't assist or score, the pressing, the leadership and all that. I wouldn't have ever known he would become this kind of a player. Remember, most people wanted Maddison instead of Odegaard. I'm so happy that we went for Odegaard instead. What a player. So we'll be back tomorrow for some news videos as always. I think the preview will also be out tomorrow because you're playing on Saturday. Not too much gaps between our games at all. We are now playing every 2-3 days or something. Bashim says, fantastic. Absolutely. We won the game, 3 points, back to the top of the table. Let's enjoy it. Best defense in the league, best goal scoring in the league. We are really good. Thank you guys for watching and catch up with you tomorrow.